Hello everyone, I'm your host Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is public administration in action and interaction with LPU student. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of that day. Dr. Manvendra Singh, Associate Professor and HOD, School of Liberal and Creative Arts, Social Sciences and Languages, Lovely Professional University. With over 15 years of experience in teaching, research, and industry, Dr. Singh has published 4 books and 65 articles. He has guided numerous PG and PhD students also. So now I would like to introduce the alumni also in this webinar, Mr. Suraj Singh, Junior Researcher, Political Research Program, Indian PAC Consulting Private Limited. With experience in business development and administration, Mr. Suraj has strong skills in team management and client relations. He has completed various professional courses also. And now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Rishabh Sharma, Officer and Area Coordinator at the Department of TIAPS, Division of Admission, Lovely Professional University. Mr. Sharma plays a pivotal role in connecting the university with various institutions and organizations. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions. You can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the thanks to Dr. Manvendra Singh and Mr. Suraj Singh, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you both.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible to all of you? Can you hear me?
Yes, you are
Yes,
audible.
sir.
You can continue.
All right. Okay. Very good afternoon to one and all. Very good afternoon, Suraj. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir, and very good afternoon to you. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing fine as well, Suraj. So it's so nice to see you after a long span of time as you were busy and involved in your internship program at the prestigious organization Indian Political Action Committee Consulting Private Limited. And it's a very renowned organization that works in the field of political awareness, political campaigning for a lot of political candidates from the length and breadth of this country, right from the north to the south, from the east to the west. And you are the fortunate one who have been chosen and selected for this internship, that too a paid internship. So it's a very good achievement. It's a very bright achievement, Suraj. So congratulations for that.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to say that these all these things would not have been possible without your guidance and the procedures which we had to go through on the very first day in order to be here in Calcutta on the after just 2 days of time only I had to be here. And the procedures which we went through were a little complex, but with your guidance and support, we were able to tackle it.
That is so nice of you. Ultimately, this is our purpose, this is our duty, and this is our moral responsibility, to support our students as much as possible so that they can shine in the respective fields of their domains and can follow their passions and can achieve something good in the life. So, Suraj, can you please tell us something about your journey of this IPAC, right from the day one till its completion?
So it's like I joined IPAC. I joined IPAC on 4th of March. And from that day onwards, my internship journey started. So IPAC is basically a political consultancy firm which provides consultancy services to the concerned political parties. And in West Bengal, the current incumbent government, that is the Trinamool Congress, was our major client. So majorly as an intern, when I started working there, in fact, I can raise the question that whenever we go into any company, the first thing which comes into consideration is the work culture or the work environment in which we work in. And that plays a very influential role in determining an individual's progress. So at IPAC, what experienced was that the work culture was not only professional, but also was very, very friendly. And as an intern, and the entire field for me was completely new on practical. And out here, whatever we were learning in class, and that I could relate it with the things which were happening on the field. And I was also part of the entire campaigning process, which involved with planning, execution, and then engaging with the stakeholders directly and understanding the problems which they were going through. In fact, we also played an important role in formulating various policies, collecting various data with respect to the Lok Sabha elections in 2024. So IPAC played an important role in ensuring that everything was happening in a smooth manner. And as an intern, it turned out to be quite enlightening for me. And the knowledge which I gained and the experience which I gathered has also helped me to identify my strengths and weaknesses where I need to work upon and where I can excel further in my life. So it was overall a very enlightening experience and enriching too.
Okay, Suraj, that's wonderful to hear that. Uh, can you tell us something about how your typical day looks like?
It's like my office basically starts at 10 in the morning. And since the campaign was for 3 months, like we started the campaigning, major campaigning, the core campaigning started from the month of March. And the elections were supposed to be held in the month of, it started from the month of April and it was kind of supposed to continue till 1st June. So the last 3 months were very hectic. So practically we had to go to office each and every day. And my day started from 10 in the morning till the time the work was over. There was no limited time that within this hour you can go home. So till the time our work was not done, we had to stay there and ensure that everything was happening in a very smooth process. So that was how my daily life was when I was working at iPad.
So it means that basically you have started learning and having some kind of flavor of working for long hours right from the starting of this internship, and that prepares you in your future career wherever you go and whatever organization you will join. That it's a part and parcel of the modern days work environment settings, isn't it, Suraj?
Yes, sir, it has taught me to handle work pressures as well as make good networks, how to talk to people, has improved my communication skills. And I have also learned how to, it's like a corporate environment is a totally different environment where you need to handle your clients as well as the other stakeholders that we spoke about in a very diplomatic manner as well, when you're especially working in a political consultancy firm. So all these things has really helped me, to what to say, evolve myself in a much better manner.
Were you able to were you able to meet any particular key person there in the organization, maybe a politician or maybe some very high ranking official while your
For example,
internship?
yeah, so it's like I met, it's like when the first a campaign was organized in West Bengal. So over there, till date, that was the uh, what was the thing? Yeah, so till date, that was the largest campaign held in West Bengal. So over there, I was able to meet Derek O'Brien in personal, and then even when the even then when the manifesto was launched, I was part of that entire process. And over there also, I came across various other politicians. So overall, I didn't get to meet them personally, but yes, I was a part of the entire thing where I had to coordinate and as well as ensure the smooth flow of the work that was going on.
So your day and your responsibilities was including more or less, like, can you give us some kind of insight into the roles and responsibilities that were allocated to you as an intern? Like, of
So
course, you would be having some seniors who are the team leaders, who are the kind of managers or the team leaders who are actually supervising and guiding you people.
hmm.
So, what are the responsibilities that were assigned to you for these 3 months duration of your internship?
So it was majorly multidisciplinary in nature. Whenever one task was over, we were assigned into a different task. So initially, I was involved with screening the candidates who were, contesting the elections, their popularity in their particular constituency, how much visibility they were getting. So on the basis of that, we were screening all the candidates, and we were also deciding, because we also have to predict, right? A lot of assumptions have to be made, and accordingly, the entire campaign is planned. So that was the first task which was assigned with. Then after that was over, then I was also working with the advertising companies. We were putting up all the hoardings in all over Bengal. So we were working with top advertising companies in Calcutta like Karuprit, Pioneer, in monitoring the entire program and the entire campaigning, in which they had to put up all the hoardings. And after that, we were also engaged in door-to-door campaigns where our field researchers, means other of my people who are working below me also, who are working under me, sorry, who are working under me, they were going door to door and collecting information about the people's problem, their requirement, their demands, and that we were accumulating it and then jotting it down accordingly. And then we had to prepare a entire report and then send it to our seniors, on the basis of which the campaigns were designed.
Okay, so ultimately, are these campaigns were targeting any particular party, or they were just, doing it for almost all the or majority of the political parties?
No, no, no. So in Calcutta, the Trinamool Congress is our client. So it was majorly promoting all the means all the campaigns were promoting Trinamool Congress in Kolkata. It was only specific to Trinamool Congress.
Okay, so you were basically working because that Trinamool Congress political party is your main client.
Yes, sir.
So Trinamool Congress Party is a main client of this IPAC organization, and for because you were posted in West Bengal, particularly, were you posted in Kolkata region or somewhere in remote area?
No, in Kolkata itself, sir.
Acha, you were posted in the capital. All right,
Yes.
okay. So was it involving any kind of traveling or commutation?
Yes, sir. It's like, as I told you, we also had to conduct various researches on the field. We had to go on the field and interact directly with the people. So a lot of traveling was also involved. It was challenging because due to the changing climate, changing weather, and the heat which was going on. So, but at the same time, it was fun.
And were these travel and commutation paid by the organization?
Yes, sir. Everything was looked after by the organization.
Well, that's very good. That's very nice. And
Yes.
so when you were going to the field and when you were interacting with the people, what kind of questions you were asking to them and what kind of responses you were getting from your people from whom you were interacting?
Like for example, there was a recent scheme which was means it was earlier launched by the current government, but it was modified, like the Lakshmi Bhandar scheme. So that was a scheme which was majorly designed for the rural women or women below the poverty line. So when some modifications were made, and with respect to that, we had to get the response of the women on ground. So the questions, we used to go door to door, and the women who were part of the scheme, we were assigned with the responsibility of asking the responses whether they were satisfied with it or not. If they are not satisfied, then by what further margin, if the amount is increased, that will help them to meet their daily needs, as well as if there are any other demands which they have and that the government can address too. So those were the type of questions which we were asking. And many a times people were also not so much responsive as well as hesitant, because not everyone is comfortable in expressing themselves. So those were the few challenges which we had to face.
Can you tell us something about that scheme? And was this scheme is only for the women? I mean, were women the only and major beneficiaries of this scheme?
Yes, sir. The women were the major beneficiary of the scheme under the Lakshmi Bhandar scheme. So under this Lakshmi Bhandar scheme, women who fall below the poverty line, they are given a monthly amount of 1,000 rupees earlier, which has been increased to 1,500 after the recent modification. So that was the major detail about the schemes. And there were various other schemes, but this was one of amongst the many on which we are working on.
So in this internship, was it like the interns were allocated the task and the responsibilities on the basis of one particular scheme and one particular kind of beneficiaries to whom they have to cater to, interaction to, or to whom they have to, go for field visit and communicate and take the responses? Like what kind of data you were collecting from these women respondents for this Lakshmi
Yes, sir.
Bhandar scheme that you have
Yeah, so
mentioned?
yes, sir. It's like what was happening actually, what I witnessed was that for every particular policy and schemes which were earlier launched as well as was being launched by the government, every person means every individuals were divided into groups. And those groups were again conducting the necessary research, collecting the necessary data with respect to that particular scheme and going over to every district and monitoring the people, as well as there were other local resources also. With their help, we were able to connect more with the people. And with respect to the Lakshmi Bhandar scheme, in which I personally volunteered, which I was personally a part of. So with respect to that, the women were quite happy about it because initially the amount seemed quite insufficient for them. But after the latest modifications, it turned out to be quite satisfactory in order to serve their purposes. So they were very happy with the changes which was made by the current government.
So the areas in which you were going for the field visit, were they urban areas, were they semi-urban areas, were they rural areas, or were they remote areas?
So since this scheme was relating with the women below the poverty line, so majority of the women were living in rural and semi-urban areas.
And how many members in their family are working or earning? Are they the sole income or bread earners, or their husbands or their children were also working in some kind of profession, in some kind of job?
Basically, what I saw personally, that their husbands were majorly engaged in all kind of manual labor. Their children, since children below the age of 14 are not allowed to engage in any kind of labor and compulsory education is important for them. So they were being sent to schools. So there are necessary facilities available for them where they can get free education. And it is majorly the woman and the husband and the wife who are both working. And obviously there are widowers also. So in that case, they become the sole owners of the family.
So what are the major challenges you encountered during your internship? The main challenges.
So the major challenges was many a times we had to face a lot of communication gap. And then again, another challenge was that
What do you mean by communication gap? Communication gap, does it mean they are all Bengali speaking? Because you are also Bengali speaking.
no, language was not a problem for me. It's like, as I
Okay.
told you earlier, that they were not hesitant in revealing the actual information when we were asking them that particular question.
Acha, so okay, you were asking from the point of view of the scheme, like this scheme
Yes,
which
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
sponsored
Yes,
by,
yes.
funded by the government.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Uh,
sir.
how much satisfied you are in terms of its uh,
Efficacy.
implementation and
Yes, sir.
execution?
Yes, sir.
So, what kind of responses you were getting?
So, because many a times what I saw that even though some people were very much unsatisfied with the raise and they expected that the raise could have been a bit more higher. But since we were representing a company and majority of the people, when we were conducting the survey, they thought that they were being monitored in some way or the other. So if they gave us information which goes against the scheme, so some negative things might happen to them, or some things may not go according to their liking. So they were not happy, but then also they were giving a positive response. So in that manner, when we collect the data, so in the data is manipulated in a negative manner, and then the right predictions cannot be made. So that was the major challenge actually. When we are collecting the data, and as a researcher, when I'm collecting data, if the data is not authentic and objective, then it's no point.
So as you have mentioned that your designation was junior, what kind of methodologies you were using for the collection of data?
So majorly it was door-to-door surveys which were conducting, and then we were also calling up people and asking information. So it was majorly quantitative in nature. So we used to go on field and collect the data face to face and on calls. We used to call up the necessary stakeholders and then collect the necessary information.
So when you were collecting the data, were you using any particular category of software or any particular sort of tool, some kind of analytical tool to analyze, to sort, to arrange that data that you have collected in order
We
to
were using
generalize
MS
this
Excel.
information?
We
Acha,
were
you were using
using
MS Excel.
Yes, sir. Yes. We were
Okay, you were
using
using
MS
MS
Excel.
Excel.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And what kind, the questions that you were asking to them, are these questions structured questions or there is some kind of a different formal questionnaire? And was that questionnaire semi-structured, structured, or you were asking on the spot, like spontaneous questions? What kind of methodology you have adopted for interviewing the respondents for this Lakshmi Bhandar scheme? And Suraj, were you dealing only in this Lakshmi Bhandar scheme or any other scheme also you were involved?
So initially I was only dealing with this scheme, but after that I was allocated with the advertising team. So over there, my role was shifted. So I was doing a different task. So that is why I told you this scheme because I personally did it. But there were various other schemes where various other employees were assigned with the necessary tasks. And with respect to the questions, the thing was that we were given a set of guidelines by our seniors, that how we should approach them and how our questions should not be too direct also at the same time it should not be offensive. We should be polite, and we were given a basic outline, but we also had the autonomy to adjust as per the current conversation which we were having with the respondents. So that is our practical, it's like that is the on spot uh, what to say on the spot skill which you develop when you are talking to someone, and on spot as per the conversation you are having, you ask them the desired questions and try to get the answers which you want. So it was not structured, it was totally unstructured, and it was totally on the situation basis and the person you were talking to.
Okay, and it was only about Lakshmi Bhandar scheme. So you were
Yes, sir.
taking care of only Lakshmi Bhandar scheme, no other scheme, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have mentioned advertising, like how much comfortable you are in this role of advertisement and promotions.
So, actually, as you are aware, that this is my second master's, and prior to this, I was engaged in my family business, which was also dealing with marketing and sales and development. So, I had a prior knowledge with respect to marketing advertisement because I've done it earlier also. So that acted as an added advantage. And out here, we had to negotiate with the necessary clients, vendors actually, where they were given the responsibility of putting up banners all over Bengal, because advertising also plays an important, putting up banners and hoardings also plays an important role in promoting that particular political party. So over there, I was directly monitoring the entire program with the necessary vendors, and then we were ensuring that all the banners were being put up in a proper time. And then there are also various damages which was occurring due to the severe heat as well as the rains. So that time again the banners had to be replaced and again. So that is why the entire thing, that is how the entire thing was operating.
Okay, okay. Perfectly fine. And Suraj, tell us something about your learning from this diversity of experience, like your day starts with reaching to the office and then you are heading towards the field work. And there you are talking and communicating to a lot of different people, and how you were able to convince them, because as you have mentioned, like people initially resist to respond to any kind of query related with these kind of government schemes and their
Mm.
effective implementation, and were they happy and satisfied. So people are like, initially very hesitant to respond because they don't want to, you know attract any kind of unnecessary uh, attention, or the, you can say, distractions from their normal life, because for them earning the bread is the main priority. Like their day starts with finding out the opportunity where they can work, and their day ends with having some kind of minimum wages or some kind of uh, income through which they are able to earn 2 times meals a day. That is their priority, isn't it? So how
Yes,
you
sir.
were able to convince them to respond? And some people, of course, not all people have responded you very positively. Not all
Mm.
people have responded you in the way which you were expecting, or which the company or the organization was thinking. So ultimately, how you are able, okay, two questions. One is how you are able to convince the respondents so that they are able to participate in your research. And second is, based on the responses which they have given, how the organization is able to, analyze the data so that that data can be generalized for the masses, for the politicians, for the policy planners, for the policy makers, for the legislators, and through them it can divert to the executive branch of the government for the more effective, more efficient way of its implementation. As we have said, that public administration is all about effective, efficient, and economic implementation side and the executive side of the government.
Yes, sir.
Go
So
ahead.
it's like, with respect to the first question, whenever we communicate with any individual, the first rule is to put them at ease and make them comfortable. So that was the strategy which I adopted. So whenever I was communicating with a respondent, I made sure that the information which they will be sharing with me, will not be put to use in any negative form. And whatever they share is totally legal. We are not doing anything illegal, and that is the survey which we carry, which we are conducting usually, so that we can put
Can you give
forward
some
their needs.
example of at least one or two questions that you were asking them to convince and how they were reacting to those questions?
For example, when we were asking them that, this was the one common question where people were very hesitant, that are you satisfied with the current government operating and the current policies which are being organized, which are being planned and executed by them? So this is a very common question where people were very much hesitant and not comfortable in answering. So eh, questions like this, which is directly associated with the government, and they need to put forward their opinion about the government or their actions. So over there, they were quite hesitant. But again, after ensuring them that the information which they'll provide will be beneficial for their purpose only, because till the time they do not let us know what they're facing and what they want, we cannot help them out. So on the basis of that ground, they were quite convinced to share the information, and I did not face much of an issue. And to add up to this, whatever task I was allotted with respect to this policy, I did a really good job, and I was also appreciated by my seniors. So that was a good thing on that part. And with respect to the other question, when we collect the data, after the data is collected, we make a report using MS Excel, and that data is sent to the higher authorities. And those data is again assessed, analyzed, and on the basis of that analysis, they prepare the next campaign, so that they can reach out more to the people, and they can help the people in making aware what the current about the current situations, and in making them also politically aware that whom they should actually select or put give their vote to, since again it's a political consultancy firm and we are working with the government. So obviously we were trying to promote the policies and the good things, as well as obviously every government has its own positive and negative uh, way of doing things. But overall, it was good.
Okay, Suraj, so basically your role was mainly reaching to the head office and then heading towards the field work, communicating, talking, interacting with the respondents, and then collecting the data, taking the feedback, and then depositing that feedback to the company, to the organization. And
Yes,
then
sir.
on the basis of the data that you have collected, the organization is able to analyze the data for the generalization purposes at the later stages, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's great. Now, Suraj, in your case, as you belong to a business family, so you were not having much issues or challenges in terms of understanding the nitty-gritties of marketing, sales, finance, advertisement, sales promotion, and all those stuff, isn't it? But
No,
for
sir.
a layman, or say for talk about a student who is very new to this terms or to this commerce or management or business oriented terminologies, what kind of uh, suggestion you will provide for that intern, so that if they are, because see nowadays, though, whether you are working in public sector, whether you are working in private sector, there are some terms which are quite common, and it is very basic and fundamental to have a minimum knowledge in those terms, like marketing, like finance, like what is digital marketing, what is advertisement, what is sales promotion, and all those stuff. So what do you think about this? What is your
So,
say? What is your take on this?
on this, I would like to say that confidence and your communication skills is the major factor which plays an important role in getting
Now,
anything.
when you are saying confidence and communication skills, do you mean the candidate has to be fluent in the regional language, or
No,
it
sir,
can be okay?
they need not be fluent. It's like communication in the sense that they should be able to talk in a manner which will be comfortable and understandable by the person you're talking to. Majorly, the major aspect of communication is that the message which you deliver that is properly understood and comprehended by the respondent, right? So if I'm trying to tell you, if you're asking me a question, and if I'm answering you in a manner which is totally irrelevant to the question you have asked and is totally ambiguous, then there is no point. So that is why communication and confidence that plays an important role, and plus the subject knowledge. If you have a knowledge about what you are trying to present, that also generates confidence in the other person that yes, this person is quite capable of doing that particular task, and I can trust him. So again, trust also plays an important role.
Okay, Suraj. So, how far you are able to win the trust of your superiors, your seniors, and your leaders?
So as of now, my internship got over a few days back. So I have got a positive response from them. So let's see what happens. I have also been appreciated for my effort and the way I handled all the tasks which were assigned to me. I did it considerably well. So let's see.
Well, that's a
Fingers
very good
crossed.
thing. That's a very good thing. And how much you are hopeful for getting a PPO, pre-placement offer for this position?
I'm highly hopeful, but again, it's in the corporate sector, or be it whatever sector it is. You cannot predict anything. So fingers crossed, sir,
Oh,
with respect
that
to
is
that.
perfectly fine. That's a different thing, Suraj. But what matters is, as an intern, you have delivered your performance. That's what matters, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And that is why your seniors, your leaders, your managers, or your immediate boss were, noticing all your day-to-day performances, all your communication skills, all your leadership skills, all your initiation skills, how you take the initiative, how you are able to solve the problems, how you are able to handle the pressure, how you are able to, work for long hours without a stretch. And all these are core components which any
Yes,
employer would be, uh, willing to see and check before they give a very good a placement offer to any candidate, isn't it? So
yes, sir, that is true.
we are very hopeful, Suraj, that you will definitely get your pre-placement offer, the PPO, even before the completion of your master's degree in public administration. And
Yes,
now this brings me to another question, Suraj. So how you relate your master's degree in public administration, how much you think it is beneficial for instilling the skills, instilling the knowledge in you that you are able to grab this position, you are able to clear the rounds of the interview and the test, and finally you are able to take this paid internship opportunity for yourself.
uh, so the course which I'm doing, which I'm pursuing, that is the public administration. Obviously, when we are doing something or whenever we are working somewhere, we need to have the subject knowledge. So the knowledge which I have acquired so far. So I saw that that would turn out to be quite beneficial for me when I was sitting down for the interviews, and the questions which were being asked to me were very much relevant with the course I'm pursuing right now. But again, what we are learning in theory is also very much different from the practical reality. And over there we understand the gap, and then that helps us to understand the concepts in a way better manner when you are applying the theory into practice. So in that manner, the course has really helped me and has given me an upper hand in clearing the interview, for IPAC, as well as understanding the entire situation when I was doing my internship.
Well, that's very good, Suraj. And how much you think the Department of Government and Public Administration, the School of Social Sciences and Languages, and the university as a whole has played the role for this internship and your pre-placement offer?
So it has really been very smooth and very wonderful. In fact, the professors of our department have been very good and very helpful. They have guided me in every manner possible, especially you. You have also helped me out whenever I was facing any kind of obstacle, and you are always available. And that is very important, that whenever a student faces a problem, the professors are available or not. And the professors of our department have always been available. And with respect to teaching, obviously, the way they teach and the way they explain the concepts, it's very much simple to understand, and they also associate it with the real time examples, which again makes it further easier to understand the concept and relate it with the practical things happening around. So yes, LPU has really played an important role, and it was a great decision on my part to pursue the course from this university.
That's very nice from you, Suraj. And what kind of advice would you give to future prospective candidates to join MA Public Administration program at LPU?
I would like to say that the course is really very interesting, and it helps you to understand the entire mechanism of how a company, a public administration, or a public organization works, as well as makes you understand, gives you a proper understanding of the mechanisms of the country and how the entire governance system works. So if one is interested in that, then this is the perfect course that one can come in for, and I'm sure that it won't turn out to be in vain.
That's very nice, Suraj. So, Suraj, a lot of students or a lot of people, they don't have any idea when you mention about public administration. Like they always think about the traditional programs such as political science, such as sociology, such as history, such as geography, such as the languages, and so on. But public administration is very new. It's a very professional program, which a lot of people don't have idea. So can you highlight some points which give them some clarity in terms of understanding, like what is this public administration all about, and what is this public policy all about, and what I'm going to do in that, like what kind of things I'm going to study as a student, and what are the benefits of studying this course?
So it's like when we talk about public administration, as the basic definition goes, that it refers to the management and affairs of the activities of the government. So I'll be revolving around that only. So the thing is that whenever a student wants to take up, or if they want a proper understanding of the term, it's not so much complex, but at the same time, it's very interesting. When we talk about public administration, we study about the Indian administrative system, as well as how the budget of our country is created, the entire process, the budgeting system, the budgeting process which is followed. And these are things which many of them are not aware of, as well as the social policies and how they are formulated and implemented for the least advantaged people of the society. So there are various topics which are very interesting and which also helps us to grow not only professionally but also morally, and helps us to broaden up our thinking, and help and also provides us with an opportunity to look at a particular thing from various point of view, so that you can identify the gap and then take the necessary steps to fulfill that gap. And as not only as an individual, not only as a student, but also as an individual, you'll find it very satisfactory when you're able to find a solution to a particular problem. That in itself boosts your morale and encourages you to do more, not only in terms of livelihood or the career aspect, but also contribute positively in a social manner.
Okay, that's very interesting, Suraj. So with this, I think the session has come to an conclusive point. And here I'm going to wish you all the best for your bright future, and wishing you all the best. Hope that you will soon get your pre-placement offer, and
Yes, sir.
will
Thank
give
you
the
so
good
much, sir.
news and share with all of us. So wish you all the
Yes,
best, Suraj, and keep
thank
on
you so much, sir.
inspiring others, keep on inspiring people, keep on inspiring students who are interested in the field of public policy, public administration. And through your efforts, like you are a live example for all of them, where they can see how a student of public administration is able to reach a very recognized organization through his sheer determination, through his strong willpower, and hard work. So, wish you all the best, Suraj. Now we are having the
Thank you so
experts
much, sir.
from the Division of Admissions, and I am handing over to them for the continuation. So, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manvendra and Mr. Suraj. Mr. Rishabh, you can continue with your PPT. Yes.
Yeah, Dalvinder ma'am, my screen is visible.
Your screen is visible. You can continue, Mr. Rishabh.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for the confirmation. Before starting, I would like to extend my regards to Manvendra sir and our alumni for such a healthy conversation. It was very delightful listening to you. So, without taking much of time, now I would like to share with you all the accreditation and approval part, infrastructure of university, extracurricular activities, and how you can actually check all the program related details like fee structure, eligibility, and how you can apply for the same. So let's start. It gives me immense pleasure to share with you all that LQ is now NAC grade A++ university with 3.68 score on 4-point scale. It is highest score in first cycle of accreditation among all government and private universities. If we talk about approvals, we also have NCTE. List is long. You can just have a look. Uh, PCI, Bar Council of India. We are also member of Association of Indian Universities, International Association of Universities. If we talk about ranking and awards, LPU has been ranked 23rd by the World University Rankings 2023. We have been ranked second by World University with Real Impact. We have been ranked third under Atal ranking of institution on innovation and achievement. If we talk about extracurricular activities, LPU creates history. 12 out of 13 LPU students won Olympic medals in all three categories: gold, silver, and bronze. LPU champion of 37th National Inter-University Youth Festival under the aegis of Association of Indian Universities, New Delhi. Our student excelled in all departments, whether it is dance, literary, music, theatre, possession, fine art. LPU is also first runner-up for Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Sports Trophy 2023. It is annually awarded by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. A student shined at 19th Asian Games. See the level of exposure available at LPU. LPU successfully hosted 106th Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. His Holiness Dalai Lama at LPU campus. Two former presidents in single frame, then President of Afghanistan, Mr. Hamid Karzai, alongside the then President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, alongside our worthy Chancellor Sir Dr. Ashok Kumar Mittal, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, then Finance Minister of India, late Shri Arun Jaitley ji, Venkaiah Naidu ji, Gauhar Gopal Das ji. Many Bollywood and sport personalities keep on visiting lovely professional university from time to time. So we have just added the few of the slides. You also hold one Guinness Book of World Record for officially attempting uh, highest number of people doing Bhangra at a single venue, state-of-art infrastructure, Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium with the sitting capacity of around 2,500. Labs are there, library is there, Uni Mall, you can get all your essential needs fulfilled here, basic needs. Gymnasium is there, bowling area is there. We also have 50-bedded hospital within university campus. Aerial view of LPU, lush green campus, green, clean and safe campus, night view of LPU, ragging free campus. We also have indoor stadium facility available at LPU. Badminton courts are there, shooting range is there, basketball court, volleyball, squash is there, competitive sports. We even have Olympic size swimming pool available at LPU. This is the outside view of indoor stadium facility. Now let's go live and discuss that how you can actually check all these details yourself. For that, you need to go to www.lpu.in. Our website address is lpu.in. When you will open our website address, there you can click on admission. If you are 12th pass out student, click here. Otherwise, if you are graduate, click here for postgraduate program. I have already selected 12th, and after that you need to select the discipline, that is public administration, and the course is BA Honors, which I have already selected. 3-year program with 6 semesters. Eligibility says you need to pass with 60% marks in 10+2 with English as a subject to qualifying LPUNEST or CUET. LPUNEST is Lovely Professional Universities National Entrance and Scholarship Test. So it gives you eligibility as well as on the basis of this test you get scholarship. Fees is very nominal, that is 50,000 rupees per semester. This fees is without scholarship. In LPU, fees always depend upon the caliber of the student. So you can get up to 25% of the scholarship in this particular program, which will be amounting around 12,500 per semester. So you can get scholarship on the basis of your LPUNist performance or your performance in qualifying exam, that is 12th. Otherwise, you can get scholarship on the basis of CUET. You can also get scholarship on the basis of if you're a ward of defense persona or their dependent, then also defense scholarship is there. Please make a note, last date of admission is 25th of June. If you're planning to take admission in LPU, please note that last date of admission is 25th of June. If you want to give LPU Nest exam if you want to give LPU Nest exam because it is the part of eligibility, please note the dates, that is 5th June to 30th of June. Every day exam is being conducted in different time slots. So last date to apply for LPNS exam and book exam slot is 3 days before the conduct of exam. That means if you want to give exam on 20th, you need to book your LPNS today itself because it is 17th already, and your result will be displayed within 48 hours from the 48 working hours from the conduct of your exam. So now how to apply for LPNS? You can simply click here on apply now, or you can note the direct link, that is admission.lpu.in. Admission.lpu.in. Here you need to register yourself with your journal detail. Once you register yourself, your credentials will be sent to you through SMS and email. You can log in into your account. From there, you can book your LPU Nest. And fees for LPU Nest exam is 1,000 for male applicant and 500 for female applicant if you apply without it. And once you have given your exam, your result will be displayed in this particular portal only at admission.lpu.in. In your login, your result will be displayed, and from your login only you can take admission, because take admission option will be activated in your this portal only. So now if you want to chat with us, please note our WhatsApp number, that is 98525 69000, 98525 69000. If you want to connect with our live video counselor, you can click here and you can connect with our live video counselors through Zoom meeting. If you want to connect with our tele counselor, please note 01824 404 404. This is our helpline number. On this, you can call and talk to our tele counselors. I am repeating it for you, 01824 404 404. So, thank you so much, Dalvinder ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to guide the students. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rishabh and Dr. Manvendra. So as we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding your admission. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a great day.